Now, for those of you who have stumbled across all the info on the real nature of Pisces through my videos or from your own life experiences, you will not be surprised to hear the words Pisces and criminal in the same sentence. For those of you who have been taught that messing with a Pisces is the equivalent to diving into a bed of feathers and that Pisces wouldn't ever be considered criminals, Pisces? Criminals? Blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy. Well, you're not exactly wrong either, because let's look at what a criminal exactly is. The textbook definition of a criminal is someone who has committed and been convicted of a crime. To be convicted of a crime, you would have had to have been caught. And Pisces is the most elusive sign of the whole zodiac. Once matured, that is also in possession of a key to the house of secrets, the 12th house. In many cases, for a Pisces to be convicted as a criminal will only be if that Pisces chooses to confess or goes martyr mode, or just straight isn't trying to be hidden. Otherwise, you will not hear a thing about a Pisces' crimes. Do not let that go over your head. To not be considered a suspect when a crime has occurred is one of Pisces' greatest powers, which I don't think people even realize. This is Neptune, illusions, secrets, deceptions. This alone is what makes Pisces the most dangerous sign, because Pisces is also the epitome of yin and yang. Meaning when matured, when evolved, when at its highest state, when fully developed, Pisces is fully in touch with its dark side as well as its light side. The reason videos like this exist because people, not only Pisces, are tired of clicking on a video about Pisces and it's like, Pisces are about love and compassion. Pisces are the most wonderful people in the world. A, there's millions of people who will tell you different from their experience with Pisces, could have been their karma or just met a dark Pisces. B, there's millions of Pisces that are tired of being misunderstood. But same time, it's the sign of secrecy. A Pisces could have shocked someone yesterday. But if you want to look at them as an innocent angelfish, then hey, that's great. The more low-key, the better. When a typical person thinks of criminal, you'll think of balaclava, weapon in hand, and evil intentions. I mean, there's many forms of criminals, but in the typical sense, you'll think of those three basics as a visual. Balaclava to disguise your face and remain hidden. That's Pisces, the master of illusions and deception. Using something to play on another's emotions, knowing it will force them to submit via a weapon and via empathy. That's Pisces, the master of emotions and manipulation. Doing wrong, even if it's for a good reason, bringing that evil thought from the mind into existence and embodying it, that's Pisces, the masters of manifestation and adaptation. So as you can so far see, being a criminal is literally in a Pisces nature because they are born with all the tools to operate as one, a hidden one, and a good one at that. But what will lead a oh so heavenly sweet little princess Pisces into the path of criminality? Well, dive in and swim with me. The Idealist. The money. Now, Pisces is the most idealistic sign of the zodiac. This is a very negative and positive thing. The idealism Pisces has literally puts each Pisces in its own world. It creates another world inside the world we live in, what we know as reality. When two Pisces relate to each other, it's like rich people stunting on each other with their mansions. Hey John, come and check out the jacuzzi I just got installed in my backyard. Sure thing, Ted. I'll show you the elevator me and Tilly got installed the other day afterwards. With Pisces, it's like, come into my world and look at this. And they can be showing you a talent or something that has been brought into this reality from where all Pisces are connected to, out of this world. The Pisces viewing it will be like, damn, where did you find this inspiration to create that? The Pisces showing it will be like, oh, I was floating past Saturn the other day and stumbled across it. Go near Saturn next time you travel. There might be some more of it laying around. A typical Pisces wants to travel and create in all forms. Travel and create. That's the basics. That's outside of the duties of dealing with people. When it's alone time for Pisces, it's traveling and creating. Traveling could include physical traveling like a drive, a walk, a holiday, just a trip somewhere. It could also include mental traveling, like daydreaming, getting high, getting drunk, indulging in entertainment like movies and games. Sex is a form of traveling too. Arrivals. I'm coming. It all comes under traveling. Escapism is traveling for Pisces. Creating is simply bringing something from the mind to the physical realm. That can be anything and everything. As long as that Pisces has the freedom to create, then they'll create. That's the life a Pisces wants to live. A life where they can travel anywhere and create anything. Again, I'm excluding the work involved with dealing with people because that's, well, work. Empathy, compassion, healing, all of that is work Pisces will be doing by default. But when a Pisces is alone in their own bubble, it's traveling and creating. Pisces get crap for being escapists, for traveling, but everyone's an escapist some way or another. You who's on holiday living up life, drinking every night, getting sturdy at the old folks dance on your resort. What are you doing? You're physically escaping reality. That's not your day-to-day life. You've took that trip to get away from answering calls all day. A Pisces is just able to mentally do this too, more than any other sign, because this whole world doesn't compare to what's inside a Pisces mind. Pisces gets crap for wanting to work on their craft all day and create. Why don't you get a real job? Why don't you go earn some money? But what are you doing when you leave work and have no hobbies and all your friends are busy? You working on your own interest in any way? What will you focus on when your job fires you or when you retire? Getting another job? Netflix series all day? If money didn't exist, Pisces will be extremely wealthy by default. That's the reality. The world is backwards. Spiritually, emotionally, and mentally speaking, Pisces are rich. Billionaires, trillionaires, infinity-yillionaires. Pisces are rich. Pisces' imagination is so rich that a Pisces can be alone and not even realize it for days on end. I cannot even put into words how vivid a Pisces imagination is. You just have to be one to know. But it's got everything internally, which typically makes the real world, what we call reality, boring as hell to a Pisces. Any scenario, any whatever, Pisces can think of it and live it mentally. Literally live in the dream. Live in the dream. So when you've got this rich mind by default, worldly riches is always going to be an afterthought. Always. That's why some Pisces has a reputation for not caring about money. All Pisces are connected to something greater than anything the world has to offer. So what you call the real world, Pisces doesn't give a fuck about it, because every Pisces has their own world in this world. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but life will catch up with every single Pisces. Yeah, you're in your head floating with your crush laughing and frolicking, but debt collectors are at your door. Landlords threatening eviction. Baby mother's taking you court. Husband wants you to contribute to the bills. Your flare trousers are now ankle swingers. Your long sleeve top is now at your elbows. You're rich in the mind, but broke in reality. Reality is knocking your door. You can't stay in your own world no more. That shell your spirit is operating in has real world things to sort out. There comes a time when you can no longer travel and create. How the Pisces responds to this time will differ due to their influences, their resources, their surroundings, but the goal from here will be to be able to return to their own world. That's it. The imagination is beautiful. A rich mind is beautiful. But this world operates with this thing we call currency. Money. Money makes the world go round. You need money in this life, or don't expect to live a peaceful or comfy one. Now, going back to what I said about Pisces having a reputation for not caring about money, well, they don't, because money is not real. Money is an illusion that we the people give power to. How much is this? It's $350. Says who? The people. Okay. So Pisces don't care about money, but if money is what is needed for a Pisces to return to their own world, then they will attain it to do so. As we all know, money, jobs, etc. has been devised in a very clever way to trap you. Very clever way. In more cases than not, a job will keep your head just above the water, living paycheck to paycheck, one paycheck away from being homeless. Damn, I can't make the rent this month. I knew I shouldn't have paid for that monthly subscription. It was just bikini pictures anyway. Oh, I know. I'll take out a loan. I'll have to pay it back over 10 years with interest, but it's cool. Now what's that? Another trap. Locked in for working for 10 years. And the list goes on and on. Shit popping up randomly, just forcing you to continuously work until you reach retirement where your life has just passed you by. Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." More times than not, when you work, when you get a job, you are working for somebody's business. You are working to help somebody else's dreams, whilst you get a tiny share of the profits, where you will be used until you are no longer needed and replaced, just like that. Unless you pioneered something in the working world, like fellow Fishers Steve Jobs and Michael Dell, then you are replaceable. Don't you ever for a second get to thinking you are irreplaceable. Word to Beyonce. I don't care how long you work there, how close you are with the boss, you're replaceable. That's the reality. All your best years gone to slaving. No focus on your own dreams. Travel and create where and what. Trapped in that cycle of want. Living beyond your means. Brand new job. Oh, I'll get a new car. That takes 5 years to pay off. Oh, I'll order all my Xmas shopping on the catalogue and I'll pay it back by Xmas next year. Then do the same thing again. A system built to keep everyone slaving. A cycle. It's a cruel world. Everyone's out for themselves. There's no friends in business. Everyone's using someone for something, whilst being used theirself by someone else. But who's to say this isn't all fair? The world and the people in it owes you absolutely nothing. Sink or swim. All this hard graft competitive life doesn't work for a typical Pisces. So Pisces will start to think of how to make this work for themselves. Because whoever devised this life didn't have the people's best interests in mind when devising it. And a Pisces once tuned in will understand the psychology behind it all. They will visually see all the wirings behind it and find a way to either work with it, understanding what it is, or go against the grain. A Pisces will not fall victim to it unless they enter the rat race at a time before they become in tune with their self. Like being forced to work from young by their parents or something. This world and being a Pisces is like a trap from early, because Pisces will naturally be good at things that is typically not employable. Like doesn't have a linear career path or suits a job that sees the Pisces being managed by someone. Yeah, Pisces can sell a car to a fish. Yeah, they can work in a hospital and be that nurse all the old male patients ask to pick up their hat for them, but that's all secondary stuff to what Pisces will really be good at. A Pisces can be good at painting, for example. But the highest form of that route is being self-employed and having people buy your paintings. Which the Pisces will love if it works out, because the Pisces wouldn't have even been painting for monetary gain in the first place. But hey, if you want to pay them for that painting they produced of Buzz Lightyear fucking Bambi on a heavenly backdrop, then hey, they'll take 5,000. But unless the Pisces is extremely motivated to turn it into a business, they won't end up doing that to get paid. They'll end up taking a normal job, using their people skills and falling into the trap. There's a reason Virgo, the opposite sign to us, is about the day-to-day routine structured life. Virgos are the perfectionists of the zodiac, and they're technically gifted. They are some of the most talented people you can witness once matured. So a Virgo can be the type to enjoy building game maps on their computer from like 5. By 10, they're writing code already. By 20, there's some well-paid software engineer working in the city, because their interest will be of this world, being an earth sign, matched with the day-to-day routine of working on their craft. That's how they can typically progress in a linear way. Pisces doesn't work like that at all. Pisces can create a masterpiece years apart that may never be seen by anyone. The Pisces could paint it and leave it in their attic to focus on their job in the real world, not knowing those paintings could have excelled them into returning back to their own bubble, because each piece they created is worth 6 figures, for example. So unless the Pisces has like a parent who notices their Pisces child's gifts from early, because a gift will be there, and like pushes them to focus on moving in a linear way towards a goal. If not, then when money becomes a problem and Pisces comes out of their own world, they will be faced with a problem that they will initially find hardest to deal with more than any other sign. The sign I immediately think of when I think of crime is Taurus. You can be like, what? Taurus? That sleep-loving, non-stop eating bull that doesn't move for anyone? Yes, Taurus. Taurus is a sign that is strangely forgotten about. It's just not really a sign that people pay attention to in the zodiac, but when we're talking about having a goal and attaining it, I'm always looking at Taurus before anyone else. The second house, the Taurus house, is about your possessions, the things you value. I personally know quite a few Tauruses who are involved in criminal activity, and all of them are money hungry and are balling because of this. Taurus are the goal-getters of the zodiac. When it comes to money and possessions, there is no comparison in the way they go about it and get it. And yes, Capricorns are the king and queen of the scale when it comes to real big accomplishments, but Taurus takes the cake in the hustling department. Capricorns excel at the climbing up, but Taurus excels at staying on the ground and gathering things. I see Taurus as Aries that grows up and starts wanting nice things. So that drive is still there, but now it's towards nice things instead of just asserting the energy in whichever way Aries impulsively does. Not only that, Taurus have a village mentality, which can also basically mean a gang mentality. If a Taurus has a problem, that will also become the village, the gang's problem too. If you owe a Taurus money, then you owe the gang money too. You owe the village money too. A Taurus has no problem dealing with you alone, but they don't have to, like an Aries. They now have friends around them that will help them get stuff done. So all the typical street level gang mobster stuff, I'll put that down to the Taurus sign. Funny thing is, Taurus is a fixed sign, but from what I've seen, they are extremely cardinal when it comes to money and acquiring possessions. Cardinal, then fixed, no matter how long it takes them. As you'll know, Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty. All that fine dining, designer wear, all that stuff the rappers and your favourite sport players wear is Venus energy. All that post your drip stuff on Instagram, Taurus is the real deal when it comes to that. And none of their stuff will be fake. Libra is also ruled by Venus, but it's in the air element. With Taurus, it's earth. So Taurus goes for Venus type stuff materialistically. That's money, clothes, cars, houses. With Libra, they're into earthly materials too, but it's more to do with people, like sharing love, having a partner to give that Venus energy to, hosting parties, fancy dinners, beauty salons, holidays, like basking in the Venusian energy, whereas Taurus is grabbing it with their hands. £300 on an experience or £300 on trainers. Taurus is spending it on trainers, or they're spending £300 on trainers to wear it to the £300 experience. But there's a lot of crossovers in terms of the Venus influence with materials in Taurus and Libra. But typically it turns into having an abundance of materials in Taurus. It's not always fancy stuff. It could be a collector who has tons of expensive Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something, but you get the gist. It will be pricey, valuable, not personally valuable like Cancer, where they can have this pebble that their childhood friend gave them and they place a high value on it, but to another person it's just a pebble. Nah, what Taurus has will be of value to everyone else in the real world. Where Taurus gets the being lazy thing from is, Taurus actually calculates before moving and then actually enjoys their things after attaining. If they spent 6 months grinding for a 100-inch TV screen, you best believe they will spend the next 6 months enjoying watching things on that screen. They'll binge all their favourite shows on that. Taurus will acquire whatever they want by any means. Whether that's working for someone or their self, it don't matter. They will get it. Once that ball starts moving, nothing is stopping until that target is hit. Now, where Pisces relates is, well, Venus is exalted in Pisces. So Pisces loves all that Venusian stuff too. You will find Pisces being lazy, indulging in their work like Taurus too. You will find Pisces in a beauty salon like Libra too. You will find Pisces kitted out in designer like Taurus too. You will find Pisces on a fancy expensive date like Libra too. You will find Pisces living in a penthouse like Taurus too. That's all Venus. If there's one sign a Pisces can greatly benefit from being around in terms of reality, is Taurus. You'll think it's Virgo because it's the opposite sign, but it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you'll find opposite signs hating each other when they're supposed to balance each other out, like Aries hating Libra, Gemini hating Sag, Aquarius hating Leo, and so on. But Taurus can show a Pisces exactly how to chase their dreams better than any other sign. They can at least spark that enthusiasm in a Pisces to dream chase in reality. Let's bulldoze through this, because peace and luxury is on the other side, Pisces. And food. Let's get some food after this. You fancy crab legs? Or sirloin steak? I'm paying. Also, Venus is art. And we all know Pisces is one of, if not the most artistic of the whole zodiac. But Taurus and Libra are naturally artistic too. And again, Taurus especially can show Pisces how to bring that art into reality. It's a different creative octave that Taurus, Libra and Pisces are connected to. You got all those mystical ideas, Pisces. Put it into something. Write a book. Draw a picture. Make it a physical piece that you can own here. Then you can sell it. Yeah, you can sell it and get lots and lots of money. Money. I'm hungry. You hungry? And Pisces will appreciate Taurus because of all of this. But in the grand scheme of things, all these possessions and materials means the world to Taurus and means absolutely fuck all to our Pisces. A Taurus and a Pisces can be cruising in the Taurus's Lambo. The Taurus can be driving fast, swerving, having the time of their life, living their dream, singing songs. Finally, it has happened to me. Pisces will be going with the flow, indulging in the finest things in life, enjoying the vibes. Both signs will vibe very well, but somewhere in the Pisces head, they'll be thinking, alright, cool now, hurry up and drop me home so I can get back to my world. Because Pisces understands we own nothing, not even our soul, whilst Taurus sees all their possessions as part of their soul. If a Taurus could have their Lambo, their penthouse, their gun, their money, their sneaky links, their friends, all buried with them when they die, then they would. Because the dark side of Taurus is, they don't have friends, they don't have a spouse, they have possessions. So a Taurus will look at their friend the same way they will look at their car, as a possession. If that's not insane to you, then I don't know what is, but that's their dark side. If they want it, they get it. When they get it, it's theirs, whether that's a person or a jacket. But where I'm going with this is Venus. Not all that glitters is gold. Venus is deceptive like Neptune too. Every grown person knows you cannot go around calling people beautiful just by how they look. Get to know them first before you even use that word. Otherwise, you will literally be a potential victim to Venus. There's beautiful looking people that will tell you their self that they aren't a beautiful person. Listen when they say that, because they know their self. That's a warning, not a statement. You'll think Taurus and Libra are peaceful and sensual, harmless, gorgeous creatures similar to Pisces, but no, my friend. A nasty surprise is waiting for the ill-informed, especially if you provoke a Taurus to the level of them seeing red. You will be steamrolled. Push a Libra to serve you your justice, then you will be disintegrated. Venus. Yeah, you see that woman with the red bottom heels and the sparkly jewelry, but you aren't seeing what she has to do to live in that luxury. That's Venus. Evil's behind that beauty and that booty. Venus is on smoke. Forget all that masculine feminine stuff because it's not as black and white as it is with humans in astrology. As a Pisces, I'd rather war Mars than Venus all day, because with Mars, at least I know what to expect. But with Venus, it's like a sexy woman sitting on top of you as you're laying on the bed. You're there grinning, thinking you're getting lucky, thinking you got blessed by Lord Jupiter. Then you're closing your eyes for a second to say a quick thank you. Then you open your eyes to a gun in your face because Venus was at play, not Jupiter. And you're getting robbed. So with Pisces, we have Neptune, the master of illusions, hidden motives, secrecy as its ruler. Neptune brings spirituality, but that doesn't just mean being an angel to everyone. That can also mean being a demon too. We have Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance, as Pisces' co-ruler. Jupiter brings expansion, but that doesn't just only mean getting richer through acts of good or blessings, for example. That can mean financially gaining because someone else financially lost because of you. Your expansion can block the sunlight to another's garden. Your work crush, the love of your life, can finally become single. You're excited because you now have the opportunity to make a move. But on their end, they could have just lost their partner through some freak accident, which in the spiritual world wasn't no freak accident. It was the result of your manifestation, the result of Jupiter blessing you, but only you. Then we have Venus, the planet of money and beauty exalted in Pisces. Venus brings love and your expression for desires, but that doesn't just mean a tender and loving approach to goals, walking towards your desires on rose petals. Nah, that can also mean doing ugly things to attain the beautiful. You should be understanding why all this makes for the perfect villain on earth by now. A spiritually gifted beauty or an ugly greedy nightmare. You can meet either type of Pisces, or you can meet one that embodies all those words, because Pisces is everything, fortunately and unfortunately. The Thief. The Mask. Now you will see many lists of what each zodiac sign will be arrested for, etc. And Pisces will always be some basic stuff like, Pisces won't get arrested, they're too busy crying in their room, or some crap like that. But here's the real when it comes to Pisces. Whatever is associated with the act of taking something from someone is what Pisces will be arrested for. Stealing, thieving. Now, that sounds basic, but deep how much things involves taking things from another. Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I won't list them out. Some are obvious, some are not. Some are acceptable, and some are absolutely forbidden. But Pisces is capable of it all. A Pisces in their highest form is providing a service to others. Even if it's illegal, they're providing a service. But in their darkest form, they are taking from another. But this taking from another works on the light side too. Now let's say we have a Taurus. They see the new Jordans coming out. Taurus calculates how much extra hours of work they need to take up to acquire these Jordans. Yo, they bad, bruh. Look, special Venusian edition worn by Jordan himself. They're mine. So Taurus does just that. Starts working the extra shifts. The stamina is crazy. They put in the groundwork. They finally save enough to buy the Jordans. They pop to the shop. They buy the Jordans. Q? What Q? I bulldozed that. They sit in their car staring at their Jordans like, wow, I did it. New trip. Let me upload a pic to the gram quick with an inspirational quote. But then there's a tap on the glass. The Taurus looks up and sees a nose pointing at them and a person in a balaclava. Get out of the car, bro. The Taurus is fuming and in disbelief. Hey, I ain't gonna tell you again. Get out the car, bro. Hurry up. So the Taurus steps out the car with the Jordans in one hand and a bucket of KFC in the other. Nah, leave those on the seat and back up. The Taurus is fuming. Losing new trainers and a bucket of the Colonel. The bull's mad, but they can't do anything. The sign with possibly the worst temper in the whole zodiac has been reduced to nothing. The robber might as well be a ghost, the way the Taurus sees them but can't touch them. The robber gets in the Taurus's car and drives off. Sounds like some GTA, doesn't it? I know, but this is real life. This is happening every hour somewhere in the world. The robber drives to an auto guy they know, gets some change for the car, then goes back home wearing the Jordans and eating the chicken. Finger licking good. Takes their mask off in the mirror, and you guessed it, it's a damn Pisces. So how does a Pisces get to this stage? Well, for one, this isn't that dreamer Pisces who paints paintings. This is a shark, a Goliath tigerfish who smells blood and is trying to get home. Home being their own world again. There's this this massive planet of abundance and luck called Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius and Pisces. It's where the two signs gets the optimism, the fun side, the wisdom from. Sagittarius is another sign that will be considered a thief, and it's all because of the abundance of opportunity available to extort others. Pisces and Sag are probably the only two signs that will look at money as an energy source that flows to them. The reason both signs can be so nonchalant about it. Now, that's not what you're used to hearing about Jupiter, but when you're operating in a dark-sided way, you will realize how much people you can rob. Whether that's politely asking to borrow and not paying back, or straight up aggressively taking. But Jupiter blesses both signs with ample amount of opportunities. Do not look at planets as good and bad. It don't work like that. Look at what they can do for you. It's like your grandparent giving you money. They give you money out of the kindness of their heart to be nice to their grandkid. If you take that money and shove it down the side of Big Booty Wendy's thong in the strip club as you got cheeks in your face, you can't blame the grandparents. There's a reason lots of criminals get away with doing crime. Luck plays a huge part in it. If Jupiter blesses you with opportunities to reach your goals, it's not going to be looking at laws and shit. That's man-made stuff. It's going to feed that energy with what it's got, regardless of what you're on. When your mind adapts to what this world we are in is, no Pisces should be wondering why bad things happen to good people, or why the good die young, or why bad people are at the top of society. Jupiter is like putting ×2 on the signs. It will bless you. So if your motives as a Pisces or Sagittarius or a Cancer, as it's exalted there, is to steal things, Jupiter is like, oh, look at all these loose purses with banknotes hanging out of them. Oh, take this road instead. There's this guy walking with a thick gold chain and they have no weapon to defend themselves. Basically, Jupiter will give its kids opportunities. But even when a Pisces is dark-sided, they still use wisdom better than Sagittarius. Because a Sagittarius is the type to rob a bank today and spend it all tonight on a YOLO vibe. Because they know they can go and rob another bank tomorrow. It's an abundance mentality which extends across all aspects of life. Sag is the most YOLO sign of them all. You only live once. You want a wild night of fun and help spending off all your money, then go around a Sag. Don't expect them to take any responsibility for their influence on you the next day though. It's an abundance mentality but without a filter like Pisces has. Sag is like, why have one partner when there's so many to pick from? I'll use this one as the foundation and explore others same time. But same time is stupid because there's only so much luck Jupiter will bless you with. So if a Sagittarius is robbing 5 days a week, a Pisces will be robbing 1 day a week. But that 1 day's gains will equal the Sagittarius's 5 days. That's how it works, because Pisces has more awareness of the luck running out, so adapts to working smarter. It's common knowledge by now. The mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces are the most dangerous of the zodiac. All four are tricky, deceptive, thieving menaces, potentially. Some of the most recognized nutcases in history are a part of the mutable gang. Jeffrey Dahmer, Gemini. Ted Bundy, Sagittarius. John Wayne Gacy, Pisces. And my boy MJ, a Virgo, wasn't no killer as far as I know, but he was a smooth criminal. All four signs can adapt to you and be the most welcoming people you can meet. You ever been laughing so hard from someone's jokes? Haha, you're so funny. Then next minute you're butt naked in their bed. They're probably a mutable sign. I'm just saying. But these signs are more likely than the rest to take the greatest gift we all currently have away from numerous people, the breath of life. Jupiter rules 2 of the mutable signs, and Mercury rules the other 2 in Gemini and Virgo. When it comes to more mastermind crimes, that's where Mercury gets to talking, but it still involves stealing. Con artists, bank scams, hacking. Mercury is that little cheeky kid in your neighborhood who has a slick mouth and is always causing some sort of trouble. A window's been smashed, you know it's this kid and their mates. Someone sold someone an iPhone but only sent them the box, whilst clearly but sneakily pointing out that the phone is not included in the description and the buyer still fell for it, thinking the phone is included. That's Mercury. Gemini and Virgo are these kind of thieves, typically. All the mutable signs are thieves, but that Pisces is the most mutable of the mutables due to being a mix of all the signs and being H2O. It just adds another level to the skullduggery. And when you look at the planets, Mercury doesn't work well with Pisces or Sagittarius, whilst Jupiter doesn't work well with Gemini or Virgo, and Neptune don't work well with Virgo. So from that alone, you can see the types of thieves each of the 4 mutable signs are. Gemini has a master plan, but no luck. Virgo has a master plan, but no luck and aren't hidden. Sagittarius has luck, but no master plan. Pisces has luck and is hidden, but doesn't have a master plan. I hope you guys are following me. I know I'm swimming a bit fast. Out of those 4, which one do you think will be the most successful in crime? Speak from an outsider's perspective. Well, if you have luck and a disguise, you don't need no master plan. Imagine having the perfect plan to rob a bank. Everything's detailed, even down to the timings, but there's a high chance of things not working out from Lady Luck not being on your side. Plus, you are not hidden. You don't have any mask or disguise. That's the difference here. Pisces are literally in a league of their own, but that shouldn't surprise anyone when Gemini, Virgo and Sagittarius are in Pisces. Everyone and their grandma who's into astrology, or even the most basic horoscopes, knows Pisces excels at sales. How does a sign that is supposed to be poor in terms of communicating with people via Mercury excel at a cold and ruthless job like sales that involves making people buy things from you? It's because there's no restrictions or limitations when it comes to Pisces. A Pisces is actually who patterned the first telephone, Alexander Graham Bell. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And he was led to this invention from studying hearing devices due to his mother and wife being deaf. I mean, if that's not the most Pisces thing you've ever heard, then boy, trust it to be a Pisces who is responsible for people connecting when they're not physically near each other. Pisces has no problem with communication. It's if others can understand the frequency Pisces communicates on. That's the problem. And most people don't understand that frequency or Pisces, unfortunately for them. The sun, our whole core, what all the planets revolve around. The earth we are on revolves around the sun, with all the other planets, and the sun isn't even still. It's moving, with these planets circling it, like the sun's taking the planet somewhere. That giant ball of fire doesn't even work well in Pisces, but it doesn't need to, because Pisces is the spirit. There's nothing to light up here. If the spirit wants to reveal itself, then it will, if it wants to. If the spirit wants to stay hidden, then it will, if it wants to. That's Pisces. So Pisces has this planet Jupiter blessing them with opportunities. Then comes Neptune. Neptune is the mask Pisces has on. It's remaining hidden. It's working in the dark. It's secrets. A Pisces wearing a mask is like someone wearing a mask over a mask. Because that Pisces inside that person is not the person you see. The person's a mask. It's an illusion, which is fine and dandy when the Pisces is minding its business, dreaming. But when it's out to hunt as the shark, it becomes a tricky problem for anyone that's a target, because you cannot and should not even attempt to catch fish with your bare hands. Because what you see when you look at the fish through the water may not be what you think it is. You put your hand in the lake to pick up what looks like a peaceful goldfish, then feel the most gut-wrenching pain in your life. Then when you pull your hand out of the water, there's no hand, just a wrist. That's Pisces. You think you've trapped an innocent fish in a corner, then all of a sudden it's gone puffy in defense. You think, oh look, it's got all big and squishy and cute. Not knowing you are one step away from a fatal poisoning. That's a puffer fish. That's Pisces. Neptune is the planet that makes Pisces realize everyone is one and a part of something bigger. We are all one spirit from the source. Our bodies is not ours. So with this understanding that we are spirits in a body, the Pisces realizes they own nothing. Therefore, others also own nothing. So if you're walking around with that Birkin bag, that's not yours. It's no one's. And if that Birkin bag is what allows me to stay in my own world for 5 months, then I'm taking that Birkin bag. Yeah, this all sounds insane, right? But I'm trying to let you understand why a Pisces will not give a flying fuck about taking your stuff at this stage. You think empathy, compassion, morals matters to a Pisces that is trying to accumulate enough money to live in their own world? Nothing is off the table, and in the largest scale, they will take your shell from your spirit if you get in their way of their motives. Richard Ramirez once said, "We've all got the power in our hands to but most people are afraid to use it. The ones who aren't afraid control life itself." All the while Pisces is doing this, Venus has the Pisces seeing the beauty in all of it. Man, look at this Cadillac. Oh, just need to get that hemoglobin in the backseat cleaned up and dump the body. Maybe put some new rims on it, then this is me. Venus is what makes living in the real world fun for a Pisces, indulging in nice things when outside of the mind. I can't daydream right now, but this mint coat sure is cozy. Hey, ain't that right, Taurus? We dream chasing. I can't daydream right now, but this mint coat sure is cozy, eh? Someone with an abundance mentality, working in the shadows, and has a taste for lobster and wine will not suit working for anybody. And not only that, the Pisces imagination is still extremely expansive. It's out of this world. So this is why Pisces will always end up outshining the master, not even meaning to. Taurus can show Pisces how to hustle, how to double up. It won't be long before the Pisces is showing the Taurus how to treble up each time. Where Taurus will be like, hey, slow down now. Remember who taught you this shit. Make money, not suggestions, Pisces. Make money, not suggestions. Like I said earlier, this world is not devised to benefit the people, so our Pisces will find a way to work smarter, not harder. Yeah, I could go study for 5 years, get my degree, then work in the city. Or I can grab this poo shiesty and my Gaston Glock and my leather gloves and take their shit right now. Life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. From there, I can start my own business, or I can just go back to my own world until the money runs out, and then I'll do it all again. Pisces want to go from A to Z when it comes to money. Literally A to Z. Pisces isn't trying to see H, N, U on the way, nah. From A straight to Z. It's not trying to see the details like Virgo. It wants the bigger picture. A to Z. Karma does not faze the sharp Pisces. They don't care. And to make matters worse, the largest scale of committing crimes and getting caught is prison. Unless you're in a state with the death penalty. And prison is literally a Pisces home. That's 12th house things. Pisces can survive there. Others can't. Prison will not faze a Pisces. Even a death penalty will not faze a Pisces. Even the chance of being nullified on a crime will not faze a Pisces, because the Pisces spirit has already transcended. Pisces isn't afraid of their human shell getting damaged. This is the spirit in the flesh. So even if a Pisces got a fine for something, that is almost laughable, because Pisces does not deep down care about debts or fines. So you'll be lucky if you get that money back. Could be the bank or the most dangerous loan shark in the city. If you don't leave that Pisces alone after they ignore you, then their shark will come out for you. The thought of prison, the living in the prison, death sentence, nah, a Pisces will adapt. So what I'm saying is, if a Pisces chooses to take the quick route in gaining money, then there is nothing holding them back. Absolutely nothing on earth. Pisces knows no boundaries. There's no restrictions. Nothing's off limits. And you may think I'm gloating, but all this includes me too. You think a Pisces won't rob from another Pisces? Fishes eat other fishes and people. Pisces won't stick you up for your so-called possessions. And you're like, hey, your eyes are really dreamy behind your balaclava. Are you a Pisces? I'm a Pisces too. Give me my stuff back, please. Rub Geminis. Pisces don't care about none of that. A Pisces with their emotions switched off for a purpose is a walking nightmare. Seriously. There's many guppy type Pisces that will be like, I'd never rob or hurt anybody. Pisces isn't like this. I'm a coward. I fear death. I fear jail. And bless your heart, but please mind yourself, because there's sharks out here and other signs feasting that will swallow your seafood boil backside whole. You ain't like these Pisces. You won't like these Pisces. Step on the wrong court with the wrong Pisces and they'll Draymond Green you. That's not for the angelic Pisces though. Even the sharp Pisces will protect the true angelic Pisces because they really do need protecting. But in general, you need to be wary of a Pisces. You need to take time with a Pisces because if you are not aware and you got a Rolex on, Pisces will literally take your time with no remorse. Oh, my dad passed that down to me and his dad passed that down to... Nah, save it. You won't get your shit back. They will literally drown that out. We as people do not know how this world is supposed to really be. How do we know we're not just supposed to be sitting around all day eating nuts and berries? Procreating and eating nuts and berries. No skyscraper buildings and fast cars. Just people sitting around talking with leaves covering their private parts unless we're procreating and eating nuts and berries. But no, money means there's an economy, which means you have to work or you get it how you get it. So Pisces will do what they choose to do to get money, but it all leads back to being able to return to their own world. All that matters to our Pisces in these circumstances is their dreams, not yours. Not no company's yearly targets. Not no startup entrepreneur's dream. Nah, it's the Pisces dreams the Pisces will work for. I have a dream. I have a dream. Until a Pisces shows up. I have a dream. I have a dream. Until a Pisces shows up. A Pisces is who assassinated Martin Luther King Jr., for those who don't know. James Earl Ray. And he was a repeat offender beforehand. Armed robberies, mail fraud, escaping prison, becoming a XXX film director under a new alias whilst on the run. Got surgery, travelled cross country, then Martin Luther King started to beep on his radar, and the rest was history. He escaped prison for a second time during his 100-year sentence for the assassination, but was recaptured. Take note of his actions and what I'm saying in this video. This is Pisces. It's not a humble brag. It's just what it is. Not one pink cloud in sight. Now, there's conspiracies around this all, even where Martin Luther King's family believes the Pisces did not do the job, as the Pisces told them himself that he didn't do it. But as always, this is a Pisces. You don't know what to believe. Did the government do it and frame the Pisces? Was the Pisces working with the government? It's all theories. It's not uncommon for a Pisces to confess for a crime and then completely U-turn and retract their statement. And you know why? Because they released it. It doesn't matter if they take it back afterwards. It's released in the Pisces head. So it's like getting rid of any guilt or whatever came along with what they're temporarily confessing to. By the end of the day, as far as evidence clearly shows, Martin Luther had a dream and a Pisces and their Remington stole it. We all have dreams, but Pisces not only can make their dreams come true, but they can make sure none of your dreams manifest too. So the Pisces criminal is a thief. It's real life taking what is yours, which is technically not yours if we're speaking in spirit, and that's the language Pisces speaks. Spirit. Nothing is no one's, and a dark Pisces that operates in this mindset is endgame. This is the shark's mentality. Not the dreamers, not the healers. The shark. Hey, it's a nice house you live in. You worked all those years to pay the mortgage. Yikes. But it's all paid now, right? Nod if that's a yes. You what? Oh, you built it. Nice. Nice. Cool. Well, I'll be living there for now. So your name's Michael Barry. No kids, no family. Great. So looks like it's only you I have to keep down there. Hey, don't stress. Isolation's great. You get to think and explore. I'll bring you food, etc. I've always wondered the mindset of you people who live isolated in the woods like this. In the mountains. Massive house and no one around. Hey, you're Sagittarius, aren't you? Me uncle was one. Did the same thing. You Sagittarius have a thing about the woods. Huh. Let me see. Yes, December 5th. I knew it. What's that? My sign? I'm the fish one. Yeah, the little goldfish. Jupiter what? Jupiter siblings? Nah, mate, fuck all of that. What do you think this is? Mystic Meg? I just need a place to stay. No, shh, calm down. Relax. Hey, look in my eyes. You own nothing. We own nothing. We're just sharing. I'll leave the light off today, but if you keep quiet, I may leave the light on for you tomorrow. Oh, and while we're at it, this isn't called your home anymore. It's called the middle of the ocean. If you behave yourself, then you won't have to find out what that means. We are also in a time where money is digital. Banknotes are becoming a thing of the past. Want to purchase something? Just tap here with your iPhone using your digital wallet. This type of time will make tourists combat it by putting their money into more physical things. £5,000 in my bank account? Nah, I got 5,000 in this chain around my neck. I wish someone with a balaclava try me again. I got something for them this time. Your whole life in terms of money being numbers on a screen should be a scary thought because we are straying further from the physical. And the further the world is from the physical is the comfier a Pisces will be. I'd rather have a stat load of cash in my hands than a large number on a screen. But this is the world we all live in. So when you come across a Pisces dreamer, you shouldn't mock them for not living in the real world. Because the real world you also live in is not real. It's illusions upon illusions. And the day you wake up to check your online bank account that yesterday said 40,000 and today says minus 8,000, you will know about it. You will experience what it feels like when a Pisces attacks. Because that's what the Pisces does. It comes, it steals, and it leaves. But what it stole from you may not be evident at the exact time for you to even react to it. Because this life is a dream, and Pisces is the dreamer. The sign that has the hardest time when reality hits will have the greatest hand when they adapt. That's Pisces. This digital age, or age of AI we are half in, Pisces will excel 10 times more than before. Pisces can get physical and still all day, but a Pisces that can operate behind the scenes, behind a screen, and steal from you, light work. A Pisces will steal your time, they will steal your heart, they will steal your soul, they will steal your life, they will steal your wife, they will steal your thoughts, they will steal your aura, they will steal your husband, they will steal your friend, they will steal it all and leave you with nothing if they want to. Pisces is the 12th house. Nothing exists there but the Pisces. Reason why Pisces can dissolve everything you got, whilst you cannot dissolve anything of the Pisces because it owns nothing. So how do you think things are going to go when you steal something physical from either the Pisces or from someone a Pisces is protecting? Well, in some cases, a Pisces may not even care. You could be stealing something from the Pisces that they stole from someone else. That's karma. Pisces isn't an enemy of karma. It just won't be held back by the thought of karma. And that type of mindset can potentially lead to what they call self-undoing. But steal from someone under a Pisces protection, then it will be Pisces' duty to personally deliver you your karma. A Pisces will slam that shark jaw shut on your entire existence. But rob from a Pisces on the wrong day, and it's also curtains for you. Karma or no karma, steal a Pisces car and a Pisces catches you, which they will if they ask for you to be revealed to them. You think the Pisces is just going to steal their own car back from you? Nah, they're getting their car back and your soul is leaving your body that same day. We are talking extremes, extremists. Pisces is a thief in every way. A Pisces that acts on their negative thoughts and brings it to reality is hell in the flesh. Robbing from a Taurus can be equally as dangerous because all their possessions are valued the same. You may think, I'll just take this Taurus's nail polish. She won't mind. These times, that Taurus values that nail polish on the same level as a relative's ashes. A Taurus's possessions is a Taurus's possessions. It doesn't matter what it is or what you value it at. Rob from them openly and you will have the gang come for you from one side while the bull charges at you from the other. They aren't bullshitting when they're on bullshit. Targets get hit. But there's positives to Pisces being a thief too, of course, because a Pisces will steal from their own people too. but not things valuable to the person. If you've got pain, a Pisces will steal it from you. If you have worry, a Pisces will steal it from you. What's yours is the Pisces, but in this instance, you will benefit from a Pisces stealing from you. I hope you guys are following here, because this is the two sides of the Pisces coin I'm speaking. Being an empath is being a thief. When you break it down, and that goes both ways, good and bad, light fish and dark fish. Obviously, we are speaking about the most adaptable figure in the zodiac here. So being a thief is not going to be the only crime Pisces will be known for, but that's the baseline. But Pisces will be capable of any sort of crime. Pisces likes to work in hospitals. Man, a Pisces house can be a hospital. They can be in there healing people under the quiet, getting tax-free money, or charging nothing at all. They can be your local dodgy mechanic. Psst, do those bullet holes in your car put you at the crime scene? Need them sealed up discreetly without insurance or federal involvement? Does that flesh wound incriminate you so you can't go to A&E? Hey, hit up my line. I'll make it all disappear. Cash in hand only. Pisces can have their own chemist operating out of their living room. Is your missus complaining that it doesn't stand to attention for more than 30 seconds? Ever heard go deeper and you're already giving all you got? Don't worry, I got something that will sort that right out. Cash only payment, and this may not change the pending divorce. There's the Pisces twins that don't even hide it that they're hitting up the back of lorries, intercepting deliveries. We got bundles for the low, we got bundles for the low. Some still got tags on them, but we got bundles for the low. Pisces can be paid to end cycles. Is that woman at your husband's workplace just not disappearing quick enough for you? Does your husband always have to work late lately? Call me for a quick resolution. Results in 24 hours. Discreet and professional. Cash only payment. Pisces can be the local quote unquote candle shop owner, sending out WhatsApp advertisements passed around by the 40 and up generation. Hey, look here. You try work and your boss will piss you off. Come me shop and me turn your boss into feline. Kitty, cut. Come me shop with picture of your boss and me turn them into feline. Pisces can be running brothels. Hey, why go Amsterdam for the red light district? I've got the red light district right here. You like the aquarium? You like weed? Man, all our brothels smell like kush and sardines. If you got the monies, then we got the weed and the honeys. Holla at your boy. Pisces can be your church pastor. So when you see Pastor P pulling up on a Sunday in that new Benz, just know that's God's work. And your money, but it's God's work. Can I get an amen? Amen. Mm-hmm. When you see Pastor P picking up a working lady, the pastor is stealing that demon from their soul. 3 minutes, and the demon's getting released in that car. Can I get an amen? Amen. Pisces can be your local dealer. Hey, you ever been on a night out and you just want to powder your nose? Yeah, male or female, just want to hit the bathroom and powder your nose. Give me a call and I get you sorted. Proper buzzing, mate. Powder your nose. Pisces can be the fraud guy. Hey, squares. Who's got squares? Need extra money for college? Want to take your girl out more? Want to get them new Yeezys? I'll transform 100 to 1000. Delete your account after though. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Help a fellow struggling student prosper. Squares. Who's got squares? Pisces can be involved in so many dodgy behind the scene businesses you won't believe. Nothing is off limits. No morals, nothing. They can switch it all off for monetary gain. Water runs. So Pisces will always end up running shit when they don't run from their self. Then there's the Pisces criminal who will do crime when money's not even on the line. Let's say we got Tiffany, the Pisces, chilling on the block with a couple of her friends, talking about how the local bike is pregnant again, etc. Then all of a sudden, a couple of the other Pisces friends group comes running to the block. Oh my god, they beating Susie's ass up the road. Come you lot, come. One of the group girls, a Libra, is like, who and why did you lot leave her? They're like, them same girls from the block down the street. We always running. There's 3 of us and there's like 12 of them with bats and shit. They caught Susan, we got to go help her. Now, you see in a situation like this, you need a Pisces there. And here's why. Now, I don't know if you lot have been in a situation like this in real life, but you'll have some people ready to clap back instantly. But you will have some who are acting like they are ready to go and defend their friend, but in their heart, deep in their soul, they are petrified of ending up like Susan too. Absolutely petrified. Because those 2 girls who escaped will be bringing that energy of terror and fear, and the group will be engrossed in it before even going to help their friend. It's not an adrenaline thing. It's a adapt to an energy and then channel it thing. But understand this, that will never be a Pisces that has evolved. There is no room for fear. Emotions get locked off. Karma gets dealt. The most emotionally sensitive person in the group will turn into the coldest and most numb person there. Tiffany the Pisces will adapt to the mood of revenge. It's time to get violent and go with the flow. Now, that Tiffany the Pisces will typically not be known for being the aggressive one in the group or the loud one. When others see Tiffany the Pisces calmly tidying up her hair, rolling up her sleeves, looking cold in the face, the group as a whole will pick up on the Pisces energy and it will inspire everyone to go with the flow too. Deep down, some in the group like Aquarius and Leo for example will be looking at the Pisces casually adapting, and if they are scared deep in their soul, seeing how the Pisces is adapting will put them in the mind space of, wait, nah, how is Tiffany casually on doing damage now? I can't let her upstage me. She ain't even about it how I am. They will see it like, how is this peaceful Pisces on it more than me? Which will encourage them to rise up for thinking the Pisces is beneath them. And it's these type of scenarios where Pisces will surprise you, and it's these type of scenarios that enables the Pisces to casually win the respect of every other sign, because they will remember how the Pisces adapted and what it done for them internally, if they are aware of their self, and what the Pisces done with the shark they brought out to defend their friend. And others will make sure to visit Tiffany, the Pisces, in prison for years to come because she took it too far that day and it resulted in people's cycles coming to a terrifying end for attacking their friend Susan. Don't play with Pisces, my people. Pisces, do not play with other Pisces. There's nothing but extremes going on here, and Pisces will always take it further than you. The time. As I've previously mentioned, prison is not a deterrent to a Pisces, as sad as that may sound, because you can imprison the Pisces shell, but you cannot imprison the Pisces mentally or imprison the Pisces spirit. When you think of breaking out and not being controlled, think of Jupiter. It's too big and expansive to be contained. Yes, you have the rebel Aquarius, Uranus, but things like Gel, Pisces and Sagittarius will break out. Sagittarius will physically escape more than Pisces because Pisces can and will adapt to prison more than Sag, and because a Sag's internal world is not as rich as a Pisces. That's why they chat so much. Pisces can sit in silence and travel, body in prison but mind in wherever desired. That won't be the same experience for Sag. They will go insane. So if you're telling a Pisces that is comfortable with their self, hey Fish, you committed this crime, you will be staying in this cell for 8 years. A Pisces will think, okay, cool, so let me get this right. I won't have to worry about money or the real world for 8 years. So I can stay in my own world for 8 years for free, right, Judge? Is that what you're telling me, Your Honor? The judge will be like, yes, that is right, and I don't know why you're smiling. Get this nutcase out of my court immediately. And all the dangers of prison, like the other inmates, etc., is not phasing a Pisces in shark mode. So to a Pisces, the whole experience will be treated as a free time to dream. Prison, a place that the 12th house, the Pisces house rules, will be treated as one long dream to the Pisces. Now remember I said Tauruses appear lazy, but it's because they calculate their next move beforehand or are enjoying their possessions. Well, Pisces also calculates their next move before executing. They calculate the crime, the consequences, the potential jail time. It's all premeditated. If Aries is the most impulsive and the first sign, what do you think that makes Pisces? If Pisces did a crime in March 1997, then since March 1997, the Pisces has been mentally serving the jail time in their head. So say the Pisces gets convicted in January 2024 for the 1997 crime, the Pisces will be able to go with the flow of the sentencing like it's nothing, because they would have already been mentally serving the time. Do you understand the craziness you are dealing with here? Yeah, there's the abundance mentality from Jupiter, but there's always having your eyes open to the realities of life from Neptune. So when Sagittarius gets caught and attempts to escape prison every day from being in a box and not anticipating their luck running out, Pisces is patiently adapting to the change and going within. Sagittarius has a crazy level of foresight compared to the other zodiac signs, but they are also a sign who can get things very wrong. This is a sign that could realize they have been thinking of things all wrong and change every inch of their life at the last minute. They are the sign of long travels. So a Sag can shoot their arrow in that direction, then realize 3/4 of the way they should have gone the other direction, then still continue on that path to get their arrow back, then go in the correct way. Whereas Pisces can switch direction just like that. It's swift. Just like watching a fish in a tank, they switch direction effortlessly when needed. And others will not understand how Pisces are able to do this because in others' minds, they put Pisces in a box like, that Pisces is a dealer, that other Pisces steals, that Pisces is a sweetheart, and so on. But this is where hidden motives comes in. Pisces could have been your local dealer for 5 years, then all of a sudden their phone goes dead and the Pisces has gone missing. The fiends are itching like, man, I think my dealer got arrested, man. I've been calling and the phone's just ringing, man. Then one day, this fiend's walking down the street and sees the Pisces in a suit and they're like, man, where you been? I thought you died or something. Hey, you got any stuff? The Pisces can be like, oh, I don't do that anymore. I work in corporate in the city now. The fiend's like, huh? That's the effect of the Pisces ghosting switch up. Could the Pisces have warned others they are leaving the game soon? Yes. Could the Pisces have let people know, hey, I'm your dealer right now, but I'm taking an online uni course so I can leave the game eventually? They could have if they wanted to, but all that isn't Pisces. Pisces isn't saying shit. They move in silence because they know the world is full of haters and sabotagers. So the Pisces motives are hidden. You will only know about the switch up when it's already happened. Time doesn't exist to a Pisces, cosmically speaking. But when a Pisces adapts to Earth, they use time very wisely. A Pisces on a true mission isn't late, isn't lazy. It's a swordfish, swimming direct with intent. There's no time to fool around. But at the same time, it's double life living, the mask. A Pisces could spray up their enemy's funeral today and say grace at the family dinner table tomorrow. That double life of a Pisces and Sag, but especially with Pisces due to the fluidity of water, is incomparable. They both speak in riddles. Trying to get the truth out of them is like trying to get blood out of a stone. You can say, well, what beauty is Venus going to show Pisces about being in prison? Well, the beauty is solitude. Time to think, time to imagine, time to peacefully create. Pisces is not a sign that life will be over if they go prison. Prison is a place that can help a Pisces achieve a crazy amount of success in real life because they have been placed in a position to focus without the distractions of outside life like keeping up with bills, etc. Dr. Seuss once said, it's not about what it is, it's about what it can become. And no, for any young listener, prison is not a place you want to go. I'm just explaining how there is no limitations on a Pisces. And this is also not promoting crime. Be good, guys and girls, please. At the end of the day, the world would prefer the Pisces that sits in their room all day escaping than the one that decides to interact with the world so they can escape again. Trust me. Because why work for it when they can take it from you? I'ma take my balaclava and I'ma take my gun too. I'll get 6 years of free time if I make this one move, or get 6 years of jail time if luck doesn't come through. Cause a slave to the system of money isn't it. I'll watch you make the money, then I'll take a little bit. This the spirit in the flesh trying to take a life tour. To be free in this experience is what I'll take your life for. Pisces are at work naturally. They are here to help others, connect with others, heal others. In their spare time, it's traveling and creating. Adding the pressure of bills and slave work on top of this will have Pisces moving around with a shark's fin in reality, seeking ways to eliminate this aspect of working for someone other than the creator. Bad will be done for a good life. A Pisces can rob someone in the morning and heal someone in the evening. That's who you are dealing with here. Don't blame the result, blame the root cause. If you see someone stealing nappies from the supermarket, Are you going to report them or stop them? Hey, cost of living is crazy right now, people. And the only war that should matter to everyone other than good and evil is the class war. That's the real war. Race, religion, nah, class war. While there's a mother stealing nappies, someone else somewhere is using nappies to prop up their indoor snooker table that they play after stepping out of their backyard jacuzzi before they take their indoor elevator up to their master bedroom. It's all fun and games until a Pisces rent's due and no one is hiring. That's when Pisces goes fishing. And you will fall for the bait, because through empathy, a Pisces would know what bait you will fall for. Taurus seeing everything and everyone as their possession is their dark side. Pisces seeing people and material possessions in reality as fake is their dark side. And they won't hesitate to show you what Neptune isn't showing you either. Daniel Craig once said, "I have never played a role in which someone's dark side shouldn't be explored." This life is a stage, and you don't want to come across a masked Pisces that is starring in the show, because that ain't a prop in their hand. Remember, I'm speaking to you as a Pisces. I'd never call myself an astrologer because I don't study or practice it like the real ones do. There's a reason you gotta pay big bucks for the real ones to do a proper read on your own chart. Not the TikTok astrologer who learnt their Cancer the other day and are now telling everyone about their self. Nah, the real astrologers. It's disrespect to them to call myself one, but I'll challenge the misinformation out there on Pisces all day. Because Pisces knows Pisces, and at the end of the day, at the end of your own personal reading, you're still a Pisces. You're still another fish in the sea. You're gonna bring your scaly ass back to the sea to swim with the rest of us. I'm into too much other shit. Like, you ever think how each of us are like a planet to microorganisms? Each of us has got trillions of tiny living things that lives, eats and reproduces on and in us. You could have had a family migrate from your armpit to your belly button the other day and you have no idea about it. We can't see them, but they're there. Your oldest living microbe could have passed on the other day and it touched every organism's soul on your whole body, and they had a massive ceremony on your back whilst you was in college thinking you got an itch. How do we know we ain't all just some bacteria, some intelligent bacteria in some woman's fingernail who don't wash? How do we know microbes on your left knee haven't been beefing with microbes on your right knee from the day you was born? Warring over which knee is the one truthful knee. Not knowing they're both a part of a human body that needs both to operate. You go to lay on your left side and you've given the troops on your right knee the upper advantage that day to rain down on your left knee's colony. Letting off micro bombs and micro weaponry. Throwing up micro gang signs and everything. Hey listen, my mind's crazy, people. Like, Aquarius and Pisces can take their minds to places so far gone from this reality that it literally gets insane. So we gotta keep it tidy. And that's why I don't mention my placements and all these next things in these videos, because these videos aren't about me. It's about Pisces as a whole, with the other signs sprinkled in, because they're all in the sign of Pisces. The same way every sign is in your birth chart. Pisces needs a whole discussion on the sign itself because of that. Call it Pisology or some shit. Pisces are not misunderstood by other Pisces for a reason. That's why everyone else thinks we're high on shrooms. No sir or madam, it's natural. We can be perfectly ordinary human beings, but we're just connected to a place you ain't. But seriously, it's easy for us Pisces to be like, they underestimated me, they never saw me coming, then boom, haha, poof, disappear, magic. But deep how you let that shark out on whoever Pisces. You crept up on them, didn't you? You shocked them, didn't you? It's very scary to be attacked by something or someone you don't see coming. This is why I try to warn people beforehand about Pisces. Because you will feel it in your soul. When a Pisces targets you, it's no laughing matter. It's shipwreck. Lost at sea. It's all fun and games reality knocking out a Pisces dreamer. But are you seeing what the Pisces in reality does to others? It's no knockouts. It's night time. You're going to sleep forever. And if a Pisces doesn't launch or hasn't yet, even just having the thought there is scary. Because from it's created in a Pisces mental, it can easily manifest into reality. And you wouldn't even know what a Pisces is contemplating on releasing into this world. So Pisces, mind what you are doing and be aware of your own self. And others, mind a Pisces. The funny thing is, at the end of the day, Pisces doesn't need to steal anything from anyone because a Pisces gets everything they ask for. Everything. Pisces is the dreamer. Keywords, I believe. It may no longer be convenient to your life when it arrives, seen as though Pisces is forever moving and adapting, but you will always receive it. So make sure you know what you're asking for, Pisces. Because the Creator, Jupiter, they're all listening. But also, don't sit and wait for things to just happen. Society doesn't allow us to sit and wait, so you have to go and take. Method Man once said, behind every fortune, there's a crime. Everyone's robbing. The most Neptune and Venus thing I've seen recently is, remember those black hair products from the 90s for relaxers? Where you got them pretty black girls and women on the product box or magazine with beautiful hair promoting the product. Get to find out, those models were actually pressing their hair and wasn't using the product. So poor Sister Beverly from up the street who sees this product and the image and wants her hair relaxed to looking like these women on the box, goes and buys it and ends up with damaged hair from this product, while the company just run off with your money. I mean, we all know there's deception in media and sales, but this one here ruined a whole generation's worth of people's hair, females' hair. The world is crazy and cold, people. Mind yourself. On an end note, Pisces, I'm not telling any of you to rob anything, just making you aware of your capabilities if you aren't already. These traits can be active from young. You see, if I came to your house as a child and you wasn't my friend, like you're a friend of my friend and I'm only there because of my friend, then I'm leaving with at least one of your toys or a game disc. I had many PS1 games as a kid that only had the disc with no case for this very reason. I'm seriously not proud of it, but it is what it is. Me talking on this topic made me remember I used to do that. 1 minute it's on your dressing table, the next it's down my sleeve and I'm helping you look for it. And I wasn't raised to be no thief, but that was just naturally in me. But no matter what you do, work smarter, not harder. This is not the age of our grandparents where back-breaking work kind of worked out for them. This day and age is different. Make sure what you do is benefiting you. Even if you work for someone, make sure it is working for you. Like you're saving up to start your own business, for example. Do not bust your back on an endless loop because when you're not allowed time off to attend a relative's funeral because you're the top worker and the boss is understaffed, then you take the time off anyway and get fired and kicked out your apartment. You're going to want to take your boss to the middle of the ocean. End goal money-wise is to have money working for you, not you working for money. Get you some bundles on the low or something. Well, anyway, shut your ass up, put your seatbelts back on, and make sure that I was clear. We'll be arriving at our destination shortly.